Greetings. So today we're gonna make some sweet fried dumpling, nice and fluffy and soft. So, all right, the ingredients, we're gonna start off with some flour. We're gonna use 2 cups of flour. We're going to sift it. To sifting it makes it fluffy, make it nice and fluffy because you want a dumpling to be soft, right? And if any wibbling on the flour, like back home in Jamaica, you get it out, right? Okay, so then we're going to use 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, some nutmeg and cinnamon, and yes, there's the cinnamon. I like cinnamon and nutmeg in my baked products. It make it taste so good. We sift it out. Gonna use 2 tablespoons, or you can use 1 tablespoon of sugar in there depending on how sweet you want it. And then I'm going to combine all of these ingredients together. I'm using earth balanced soy free butter margarine spread, and we're going to just put it in the use our hands to put it in the flour. We're going to make a little hole inside of the flour, and we're going to add our milk. I add milk and water together, almond milk, of course. And we're going to use our hands. Using your hands like this, make the dough nice and soft and fluffy. You don't want it to be too stiff, so you just rub your hands through it to combine the wet and the dry ingredients together. So the dough is going to be a little sticky. We want the dough to be a little bit sticky to the touch. So you can add extra milk, water, just pour a little in your hand and just dab it around. So you don't want to put too much of it in there and let it spoil. You cover over your dough when you finish. I like to wait an hour or two, and then you come back to it. When you come back, it's nice and fluffy. This is a texture, right? What we're gonna do, we're gonna powder, get a powdered surface, get some flour, I put it on my cutting board. Then we're going to knead the flour. Now you don't want to knead it too much because you don't want it to be too tight and stiff. If it's too tight and stiff, the dumpling is gonna be tough. You don't want no tough dumpling, right? So you just knead it lightly. And then I like to roll it in my hands a little bit to smooth it out, and then I put it in on the flour surface, and then I'm gonna roll it in on the flour. The flour on the outside is gonna actually help it to be nice and crispy on the outside and soft and fluffy on the inside. Yes, so I'm using olive oil. It's medium to low heat. You want your oil to be low because you don't want the dumpling to burn up on one side. So then you put it, it's kind of like a deep fried dumpling because I'm using a lot of oil. So you turn it over. I flip it around periodically to make sure it's nice and brown, evenly brown on both sides. And what I do also is that I flatten out the surface of the dumpling right before I put it inside of the frying in the oil, and it will naturally just pop up into a round circle. Yes, but you have to make sure you turn your dumpling constantly and watch it because you don't want them to burn up. These dumplings, they turned out so nice. If you try my recipe, you're gonna say, yes, this is it. This is the best recipe. This is the best technique that I've ever used to make fried dumplings. And the little added sugar also make it almost taste like festival. It's like a festival fried dumpling, but you're sure to enjoy it. Thanks for watching. My dumplings came out nice. My family ate them off so quick. Yes, so follow my recipe. Follow me on Instagram. Peace and love.